You know, in that picture, Dizzy Wright kind of reminds me of a final boss from like Streets of Rage or maybe Final Fight. Like he's just sitting there in the darkness waiting for Mayor Hagar to come up and test his gangsta. But little does he know, Mayor Hagar has a spinning pile driver and green overalls with one strap. And you don't mess with anybody who wears green overalls with one strap. 'Cause they're crazy. What's up everybody? It's Luke James, not the singer. If you're an indie artist looking for an album review or some promo, you can hit up Luke at redmattersite.com. And what I have for you boys and girls today is my review for Dizzy Wright's new album, The Growing Process. If you're not familiar with Dizzy Wright, he's an artist out of Las Vegas, and he's signed to the Funk Volume label along with Hobson, Jaron Benton, and many others. Now, I haven't checked a whole lot of Dizzy Wright's music, but I do remember listening to his mixtape, The Golden Age. I remember that I liked it, but I don't really remember any specific songs off of it. So in other words, it was good, but not something that I had in my regular rotation. And I kind of feel the same way about this album. It starts off with the Higher Learning intro, where Dizzy raps over some mellow guitar about being frustrated with fickle fans and rumors, and also how he wishes that people loved the real shit in hip-hop as much as the fun party music. And speaking of real shit, that's exactly what the track God Bless America is. And this one features Big Crit, Shell, and Tech Nine. Shell drops some very soft vocals on the hook, and Dizzy Wright raps about exceeding expectations, putting his family first, and much more. He just brings a lot of realness and positive vibes on here. As for Big Crit, his style matches the sound of this beat perfectly, and Tech Nine ties the whole song together by spitting about overcoming obstacles and never giving up. He was on some Journey shit. Don't stop believing. Or maybe some Bo Dallas shit. 'Cause all you gotta do is believe. Man, I'm terrible. The smooth vibes continue on Can I Feel This Way, where Dizzy does some singing on the hook that doesn't sound that great, but it's not enough to ruin the atmospheric and airy feel of the track. And speaking of hooks, Irv the Phenom absolutely kills the hook on No Time Is Better, which is a track all about taking control of the right now. It also has a little bit of a religious edge to it, but it's nothing too preachy or in your face. You're not going to feel like someone's trying to make you tongue kiss Jesus or anything like that. Oh my god, I'm going to hell. Now for the trap fiends out there just looking for a banger, there's the track Floyd Mayweather. And if you're someone who's looking for an all-out bar fest, just check out the song Explain Myself featuring Hobson, Jaron Benton, and Swiss. The beat on Explain Myself is produced by Hobson, who brought somewhat of a Eminem sound to it, but Jaron Benton absolutely kills his verse and outshines everybody in my opinion. He just brought some great flows and a lot of hyper-violent imagery. As for Hobson's verse, since I know a lot of people out there like Hobson, I wasn't really a fan of it because he was trying to do this singing thing, and he also did the same thing on the hook, so I didn't like Hobson much on this one. And are you a pothead? Because if you are, there's definitely some tracks on here for you. Smoke You Out featuring Mod Sun is a lesson in sharing and caring, just like the Care Bears taught us back in the day, but more so about weed than breaking a popsicle in half so that you and your friend can each have a piece. And the drowsy, lethargic production on Don't Ever Forget with Crazy Bone is sure to send people into the stoner zone. Also, another Bone Thug member, Lazy Bone, is featured on the track regardless, and his sing-songy flow fits the piano production nicely. But overall, it's a bit of a dull track, and nothing really stuck out about this one to me. For more weed songs, there's the Smokebox interlude, which has a trappish feel to it, and there's also the track with Burner called I Can Tell You Needed It, where he and Dizzy just drop weedisms over a smooth beat. So if you're like me and you don't smoke weed and haven't for years, these songs sound alright, but you're obviously not going to care much for the content. But let's move away from the weed and get back to some of the other content on here. Daddy-Daughter Relationship is a very nice track about the love and bond between a father and daughter. And on False Reality, Dizzy raps about how hip-hop music can have a negative impact on people, like making women want to chase after thugs, and making men just want to thirst after these Instagram models who might only bring looks to the table and not much else. And then they knock them up, and then they don't take care of the kid, and then there's baby mama drama, etc., etc. You know how it goes. But the one line on this album that I absolutely hate is when Dizzy Wright says that black people can't keep screaming about racism if they're busy killing each other. Look, racism still exists, and you can condemn both violence and racism. You don't gotta just pick one or the other. To suggest that black people should stop discussing racism because of what some other black people may or may not be doing is just ridiculous, and it's dumber than trying to put your dick in a rhinoceros. This is still a very solid album though, and I give it a 3.5 out of 5. Dizzy has a very buttery flow, he has some great content on here, and also some great production. But the reason that I don't go higher than a 3.5 out of 5 is that there weren't really any oomph moments on here. Like there was nothing that blew me away or made me feel like I was hearing some next level shit. But for some more examples of some of the nice production on here that I just brought up, check out Train Your Mind, which has a soft boom bap 90s feel to it, and peep the great bass and guitar work on Will It Last. And the song Good Vibes has some more live drums and guitar and a bit of a slight rock feel to it if you're into that. But anyway, this is just what I thought about this album. You guys hit me up in the comments section to let me know what you think. And as usual, do all that other good YouTube and social media stuff, where you like my videos, you share them, you follow me on Twitter, you retweet the videos, and you especially subscribe to my channel. That's the one that helps me out the most. Thanks for watching, guys. That ASAP Rocky review was on the way. I'll see you next time.